All right, welcome back to Rivals on the Pitch. Unfortunately, since last time we've talked, there's been a lot going on. My team has let me down twice in 1 week. But the good news is the Bad Bunny halftime show was a good hit. So that was the only thing I was looking forward to.
Yeah.
This week we'll go over match week 25 and 26. I think this weekend we're looking at some domestic competition, so we'll get into that. And I'm Alan.
I'm Randy.
I'm Pat. Oh, and I'm Pat.
For now.
All right, let's dive right in. Rip the Band-Aid off. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
So
Jeez
that
Louise.
means Alan starts first.
Honestly, I almost
we keep
skipped
going
today.
from a smaller Band-Aid eventually.
I messaged and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna make it, and no
Yeah.
excuse. I just didn't want to show up.
I'm surprised you're wearing the hat right now.
Yeah,
I think
This
I
is what,
see like stab marks on your pillows back there, on your
Yeah.
Spurs pillows. Just taking
No,
the
so-
shot.
Is there a hole
Frustration
punch
out
on the
on
wall
those?
there?
Yeah.
see, you have Dembele, Bale, and Son. Actual players that want to play for this team. Unlike the performances that we've been seeing lately, this team is making me numb. I can't lie. It's hard to enjoy this sport. It's hard to keep investing. I won't say invested, but keep invested, emotionally, at least.
Yeah.
I just want to hit fast forward to the season, just end it.
Just like last
You
season.
know.
Wow.
Wow, I
Yeah.
think that's
10
what
games to go
you say
still.
everything. Every
Yeah, it's-
season.
It is every season, and we are facing the consequences of bad transfers and bad club management since basically the Champions League final. We went a season, probably even before that, where we went transfer windows without signing anybody. We missed out on Jack Grealish because we didn't want to overpay. We could have had him for $5 million. Instead, he goes to Manchester City for $100 million. We didn't want to dish out the money for other players. Our recruitment style has been horrible. It's where we're looking for the cheaper option and more rather than the experienced option. And it's been years and years of this, and it's the culmination is now. We're seeing the fallout of everything. And yeah, it's just frustrating. I've said this many times before, is lack of ambition, and it just keeps going and going and going. I think there needs to be, we thought with Levy out, yeah, it's still a little premature, right? We might not see exactly the benefits of him leaving, or the opposite of, hey, we should have kept him. But yeah, it's not looking good for us right now. It really isn't. There's very little to hold on to.
You're a little
Yeah.
down too?
Very
That
little.
sounds sad. I
Yeah.
feel like you're tied up on the train tracks, and Thomas and Frank, and is slowly, about to run you over. That's it. You think he's gonna last at the end of the season, or you think he might get canned before then?
I thought he would have. Before these two matches, we knew where we're going to be heading into a difficult series of games. We had Man City, Newcastle, Arsenal, Man United. I think we played Fulham, Crystal, and then Liverpool. Some of those games are winnable, but it's not so much the wins or losses. It's just how you lose. It's the way what you're seeing on the pitch, rather than just the results themselves. The results do matter, but what you're seeing on the field is you're kind of thinking, what the hell is going on? So before, like I said, with the City drawing, that could have been something to look forward to. Like, okay, maybe he's turning the tide. But since then, you kind of look at this team and you're like, we're not getting any better. We haven't been any better in the last 4 or 5 months. We thought he might be the one that just, he might have just taken the caretaker role, right? But it seems like he can't even fit that anymore. So I'm at the point where I hope he just goes and we just take our chances somewhere else. Give the water boy the
reins?
clipboard. Yeah,
I mean,
Just choose
Michael Carrick played for Tottenham,
GPT
didn't
real
he?
quick.
you did.
Do that.
Yeah,
So-
ChatGPT. Yeah,
You could have been 4 games in a row, 4 wins plus a draw right now.
The good news is, I think our
You
next 4
could.
matches are super easy.
Oh, well, you think it's
Oh,
easy,
are
but
they?
then what happens?
Arsenal, Crystal Palace, Fulham, and Liverpool. You know, beatable, all winnable. But and yeah, exactly. Like, look, Michael Carrick, what he did, the caretaker. Why aren't we looking for something like that? You know, what is it called? The new manager.
Interim?
What's it called? No, fever, whatever it's called. When the players want to play for a new manager. You know, or bring Ange back. Freaking put your pride to the side. Say, hey, come back. Because look how much better we are when we do high presses. Look how much better we are when where we're more front footed. And it seems like there's that little hangover of Ange ball on those second halves when you see us doing those high presses, because we're a lot better that way. You know, we're pressuring the opponent. We're able to recycle that ball midfield and start attacking. But I don't know. Just waiting for the summer. Bring back Pochettino.
Oh yeah.
So
Pochettino.
I guess let's get into it, because this is a early game on Saturday. First one of the day. Manchester United at home hosting Tottenham. So what happened in this game specifically that didn't work? Is it the same old story with Frank specifically?
I don't think we can really say much, especially because Romero got that red card.
Was that a player who's
I can't
frustrated, just showing out his frustration at the wrong time, or
No, I think it was just a
bad
I don't think it was
tackle,
a
bad, bad play?
Yeah, I think it was a miscalculated tackle. I think he was he had lost the ball, and I think he just put his foot in the wrong time. Some people say it's not a red, some people say it's a red. I think it's one of those where whatever the ref calls it is what it is. It's kind of his fault for losing the ball anyways, you know, he could just pass sooner. But I think that kind of, you know, we ended up subbing out Wilson Overbear on that right hand side. So I feel like our attack really got weaker, because lately as we've been kind of pushing the offense through him, and you know, creating chances through Wilson Overbear. But so him off the field, you know, bringing in a new defender. I don't even remember who he brought in. It wasn't. I don't know.
Either.
It's that's how bad it is.
It was too early for me, so I missed the game.
I watched it.
Successful
hate watch.
Yeah.
But no, was it a red card for you?
It kind of looked like Casemiro, his ankle was already kind of rolling, and I think like that helped him get that ankle. But I mean, I'm not gonna complain about it, you know.
Yeah,
I don't really care.
I first thought, I was like, oh, that's kind of harsh, because I had just only seen the part when he like kind of lands on his ankle, and I agree. I was like, oh, but that could it looks accidental. But then when I see the whole play and the commentator said there's like 2 fouls here, and it kind of looked like he kind of followed through with the clearance to try to almost like hit him a little bit. And I feel like he's done this before, so I feel like I think it is frustration. It looked like he's just like, you know, it looks like he was upset, and he just tried to go a little too hard.
But there's a way to do your frustration, not in the middle of a game.
Yeah, why don't you just tweet it out and say, "Oh wait,
go the Mo Salah route and say it to the press, you know, the reporters. Do that."
And I think it is. It's a lack of confidence. It's you know, frustration building up and all that. You can see it through the body language. You can see it through the way we play. And like I said, it's unfortunate because we had high hopes for the season, but hopefully, you know, the good out of this is that if we survive, the board has to listen. You know, the board has to, put their brainstorms. You know, either if you don't want to make this a successful club, then get out the room. You know, move over, let someone else take over.
At least, I mean, Romero doesn't look like he's gonna be here next season. So
yeah, again,
I don't know. They might just be waiting him out.
Yeah.
They might just be waiting him out.
If he goes, he goes. Like I said before.
I mean, I think it would be smart on his end, because he'll be in the World Cup, and that's where a lot of their value, you know, gets higher because of depending how well they play. So of course he's in Argentina, he's a starter. So I guess that if Spurs do decide to let him go, they're gonna get. Hopefully he has a good showing. They're gonna get a lot of bang for his buck right there with them if they sell him.
Hey,
Yeah, sell him and then you get
If it-
Pochettino in, right?
I think if
That'll
Pochettino
be
comes in,
done
I
with the
think he'll
World Cup.
stay. I think he'll stay. You know, the Argentinian connection right there.
Yeah, the churrasco.
Yeah, maybe, maybe. But I feel like after the World Cup, he might have already made up his mind. Who knows?
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
same thing was going on last season. I don't really listen to all that because the same reporter last season was saying, "Oh, Romero's going Athletic." You know, he's talking to Simeone and it's done deal.
Well, is it
And then-
just like
and then he ended up
Paqueta?
and then he ended
He's
up
kissing the
signing
badge, and then
but
he's
he
like,
ended
"I
up
want
signing a
out."
3-year contract. He ended up extending it for 3 years, so he's not leaving cheap. But
Yeah.
if he doesn't want to be here and he goes, cool, we're gonna get paid for it. So
You think?
hey, why not?
I don't know.
I feel like Romero
Same.
could be the one who's going to be like, pull out like an Isaac, like I'm
Then
not
how
going to
else would he
play.
leave?
I'm going to be, and then
I don't know, could
he'll
try to
just
force
be
a
sold.
move.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and
Force
someone's
a
gonna have to pay for him.
And if they don't, they
Do
just
you
say,
think
"No,
he
we're not
wants
gonna
to?
play
Do you
that."
think he's gonna play? Oh, I've injured. I busted
I
my
think-
knee.
I think
force
we've
Wade to
seen
not
plenty
play.
of toxic transfer things going on in this league. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
But people still get paid. People still get paid. Look at Isaac. You
it
still
gonna
got
be
paid
enough to-
100.
Is it going to be enough still though to like cover what he brings to the team?
And depends
Well, if
if,
everyone's saying
if
he's so-
your
like-
boy Vanderbilt
If
stays
everybody's
as
saying
well.
he's so bad, well, I don't know. At this point, like I said, I don't give a damn. If they don't want to play for the club, get the hell out. It's just that simple. I'm not gonna favor a player over the club. I think that's just bad news overall. You start giving players special treatment, and if you don't want to be here and you don't want to wear the shirt,
Yeah,
okay,
look
cool,
at
get out.
Mbappe with PSG. Everything they gave
Yeah.
him, and he walked for free. And then at the end of the day, he was part owner of it and everything. The highest wages.
I
so
think
much,
he just won
they
a
kissed
lawsuit
his ass
too.
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
And for what?
I think
To leave.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, do you want to get the other one out of the way or?
Yeah.
a
Good.
Newcastle game.
Yeah, do
Yeah.
a double header right there.
Okay, I didn't get to
back-to-back.
watch this one.
No, Newcastle
Yeah.
was the first half is just as bad. It's ridiculous. It's mind blowing how you can have two different halves. Like I said, in that second half, we started pressing. It resembled a lot more Ange ball than it does Frank ball, and it's Frank has been in this league for how many years? What is fifth year in the league? He's faced these teams before, so I'm not going to give him any leeway and like, oh well, he has to get used to the league, or oh, he has to get used to playing with Tottenham players versus Brentford players. I think as a manager, you should already know what your expectations are, how to play, how to attack certain teams, and I just don't think he can command a room, and it shows. I feel like
Do you feel like they don't respect
the
them?
players. Yeah, I feel like not maybe respect him as a person, but not as a manager. If
Yeah,
that makes sense,
Exactly. Yeah.
Like they probably don't trust in his techniques, his tactics, his
Yeah.
his his speeches. I wonder what they sound like. Actually, I don't even want to know because I think that'll piss me off even more. But same thing, we were able to score, and then 5 minutes later, Newcastle scoring because we're just being torn apart, especially in that midfield, and you could say there's injuries that are affecting our current results, but I just think there's still quality on this team that we shouldn't be playing this bad, Like I
Yeah.
said, there's ways to lose without feeling miserable, and that's just not happening.
I think I feel like, and I didn't watch the game, so I can't comment on the game, but I feel like Newcastle have been on a bad stretch right now. They're hurting
Yeah.
too. They don't have a lot of players. This was the time to get one over them.
And that's what exactly you had asked me, like, well, did you really think we were going to beat Newcastle? And I was like, yeah, I think Newcastle wasn't riding a high. I think Newcastle has been having their issues too. I think they were a beatable team, and that second half showed it that they were beatable, but I guess we were more beatable. So it doesn't matter.
You're the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
Stoppable force meets movable object.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's-
He's playable on his day.
Uh, Believable. But yeah, that's tough, man. So do want to correct myself because you guys are currently sitting 16th.
Yeah.
Newcastle are right below you with 3 points less. So I thought that they could take over, but on goal difference, you're keeping 16. Their goal difference, I think, is like -13 right now, whereas
yeah.
Tottenham's is -1. So
But
that's the only thing saving you, though, right
exactly,
now from
the-
being in the same spot as you finished last
So
season.
you're -1,
already.
but in last season you actually had you're actually one of the high scoring teams, but you were just in 16th, 17th,
the
and it's
first,
just
I think the
different.
first 2 months of this season, we were like one of the highest goal differentials.
Yeah.
And then November hit, and then everybody forgot how to play football.
Yeah, that's tough. So let's say Nottingham Forest play their game tomorrow against
Uh-huh.
Wolves, the worst team in the league, by
Sadly.
mathematically. And they get their 3 points. You'll be tied on points. That means the
Uh-huh.
weekend after that, you play Arsenal, and then you lose that, and then Nottingham Forest win that game. Then you'll be in 17th. So I feel like the only way is that you either have to count on Nottingham Forest
Your
to try to
favorite
save
team?
themselves or beat Arsenal.
Ask Gabe
Listen,
White.
So wait, I'm
you're
just
asking for both?
my question was really like, at what point do they announce Frank's departure? Because I feel like he's not gonna make it. I feel
I
like
don't
he's
think
really
he is either.
he's running on like one wheel now.
I hope that they do some sort of internal reflecting, some investigation, not investigation. Let's say they more like filling out the room.
We just got scammed.
Serving the players, and yeah, get the receipts out. Get the players' feelings, or get a feel for what they're thinking. Because if Frank being on the team is breaking up this locker room, get him out as fast as you can. Like,
because that's going to carry over to the next season, and it's going to be maybe the same thing again.
Yeah. If the players do believe in him, then you know what? If they're gonna back him no matter what, because I remember last season, I always thought like, okay, these players don't want to play for Ange, but apparently that wasn't the case. The case is they actually did want to play for Ange. Especially when he left, you saw a lot of players like confused on why he left. It was hidden messages, subliminal messages that were saying like, I can't believe you were gone, but
yeah,
good luck on your future ventures, whatever.
You didn't get the good luck.
So I don't know if they are or aren't on Thomas Frank's side, but if they're not, if they can get that feel, get them out as soon as you can, but if they are willing, if they are like, no, we believe in this manager, I think no matter how shaky the results can get, like, you keep them, I think it's just making sure the players are happy.
It feels weird because he looks like such a nice guy, and you don't want to be like that. Have that talk. It's like, hey, come over here. Things aren't working out. I'm gonna have to let you go, and I feel like he'll be like the guy who's gonna start like tearing up a bit. And all right, you know what? It was just April Fool's. It was a joke. You know what? We'll give you some more time or some shit. I feel like
I was there at one point.
Hard to talk to that guy.
I was there at one point where I was like, if he gets sacked, I'm gonna feel bad because he's a nice guy. Now.
Yeah.
I don't even want to see his face, especially when the match day, when they cut to the scene and he's just sitting there with his clipboard. I'm like, bro, what the hell does that clipboard even say? Score? Like, please? And then he always comes out and compliments the other team. Like, this team is so good. I was like, dude, compliment our team. The team you play for. Have some freaking confidence in yourself, Like, I get it that it's a cultural thing, and apparently there's like the Danish culture. There's something, I forgot what word it is. I heard it in another podcast, is where they they're very humble. And I was like, you can't be. We talked about this before in other episodes. You need to have some sort of ego.
Nice guy's gonna finish last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do. You really do need to be. And that's what I feel like sometimes, like you said, like, what do those halftime talks really sound like? You know what I mean? Like, we've kind of seen a little bit of the Chelsea's new manager Rose Senior's team have talks. It is very like High School Musical, and you're like, It
Or
doesn't pop me
another
up. You know what
Lego
I mean?
exercise.
Yeah, like I want to hear something about history about the creation of the light bulb. Like that's what I want to hear. You know what I mean?
No, no.
Oh, fuck that light bulb. Whoa.
You know,
Like
heart
about
brain holding hands.
a rabbit and a duck.
Yeah, what do you see? Oh my god.
But yeah, so how much more do you give him? You give him this
He's
weekend
good.
after the Arsenal game? Does the
Alan
Arsenal
gave up
game
already.
count? Like if he beats Arsenal, does that get him to stay the
Oh
whole
my
season? The rest of the
No.
season?
That means you leave on a high.
So you're like,
Yeah,
okay.
that's the right answer right there.
For me, if I had a choice, he would be sacked already.
I mean, yeah, obviously.
But like I said, like I think the board needs to look at how the players are being affected by him being in the locker room. You know, if we beat Arsenal and the players like, yeah, we told you, like we know what he's doing and we're comfortable with him in there, then all right.
And then
you get
I mean,
another,
again,
you get another week.
Your injuries. So I think they might take all that into consideration too. Like imagine if we had a full healthy squad, maybe things would be different. That's why there always that possibility is like, all right, we'll give him the second season. Maybe till, December to see if he can actually improve the squad with a healthy Madison, with Solanke starting, everyone fresh.
I
don't see
think the
anything
board
difference?
is gonna. I don't think he can do anything right now besides win the league or the Champions League to keep his job. Like
Yeah.
to be honest, I think the board is gonna.
He'll go
The
out like
board wants
Ange
to
on a
sell
high,
tickets.
Champions League, and then
Yeah,
thank
right.
you for your contribution.
The board, it's a business at the end of the day, right? So they want to sell tickets, they want to sell jerseys. They know the fans are happy with him. They know that if he stays, it's gonna be, well, why did you keep Frank but you didn't keep Ange? It's gonna be a lot of dialogue like that.
Especially with a
Yeah,
lot of
true.
coaches going to be free in the summer. It's like
Exactly.
you kept Frank when you could have got so and so.
If the fans, the supporters keep putting that pressure on the board, like they're gonna have to act on it, and if you have all these great managers come out after the World Cup, and then you have like what Xabi Alonso, Luis Enrique leaving PSG, Javi, they're all out there, and
Pochettino.
Pochettino, yeah, after the World
Yeah.
Cup, you got Pochettino, Nagelsmann. I don't know if he's staying with Germany, but
I think
you know, you
Zerbi
have-
as well from Marseille wants he's basically wants to be
they
out too,
parted
and he
ways.
did well at
Yeah.
Brighton.
And
True.
so if you have all these managers
Ten
just sitting
Hag.
there, who?
Ten Hag.
Who? Shit,
Ten Hag.
hey, I'll give him a shot. You want to be a
Hagatino.
caretaker? Come on.
Oh my!
Just
They'll
don't,
bring in
just don't
Anthony.
buy any players. Just don't
They'll
buy
bring
any
in
of his
Anthony.
players. That's it.
The fidget spinner.
Yeah, but how's that going to look for us if the board decides that we're going to keep Thomas Frank when you have all these football minds that you can pick from, and
But like you
just think
said,
Frank-
it depends if you're in Champions League. Is that really going to attract those type of coaches to join?
that's why it kind of looks like Pochettino will be the answer, because he's kind of already said it in one of the interviews that not so long ago,
Yeah,
last few
his
days.
heart's
He kind
set
of
on
came
Spurs.
out. He's like, I want to win the Champions League and I want to win the Premier League, and I'm going to find a way to do it. I was like, all right, dude. You want to, he's not going to
Cool.
come in. He's not one of
Manchester
those
United?
managers where maybe, but he's not a manager that would come in and want to try to win real quick, like Conte or Jose Mourinho. He's kind of more of a long-term project, which is kind of what Thomas Frank was supposed to be, but it's just lacking the evidence of what he can do. So
Yeah.
But you would set
Uh,
up for that if Pochettino came back to do another long-term project, or you want to just like
I would.
win now or soon, 2 years or so.
To me, I'd rather just enjoy what I'm watching, even if that doesn't mean that I won't say that we're not competing, but if at least we look competitive, like that makes such a huge difference, It
Yeah.
just, I understand that we're going to lose games, but I didn't think we lose every game.
Yeah. Oh man.
The
But-
Pochettino one is kind of hard because it's one of those where it's like, do I want him back just because it's very nostalgic and sentimental, with his time in the club, or do I really think he can actually turn a club around? I mean, he kind of started doing that
I
with
think it could
Chelsea.
be
He did
both.
he did good with PSG, and I think with the younger talent, he kind of has an ability to develop young talent. Dele Alli, and we'll see what he does in the World Cup. Maybe he leads the U.S. to a final.
Nah.
And if that
At
happens,
least
then
out of
hell
the
yeah,
group
bring him in.
stages. But yeah.
If he can bring U.S. further into the World Cup, hey, you know what? Bring him in. I'm a believer.
Believer, okay. Just a beaver. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. Big game coming up. So, should we talk about our highlight game of the week? This is the
I
last
have more
game. Now we're headed
I
to the
have
other
more
side of
questions
the
for
egg.
Alan. I have more questions for Alan. Come on,
He's been
let's.
stalling. He's
Yeah.
been stalling.
Okay. Whatever. It
So
is what
we
it
had
is.
Liverpool at the Fortress, right?
But we're at home.
Hosting Manchester City, a place where they hadn't won in the last how much was it? I think it was like 10 years or something like that. They hadn't won
History.
there.
Well, yeah. Shit happens.
And the score ends Liverpool 1, Manchester City 2. Games ends in extra time with a Haaland penalty to take it all 3 points, and then a rare, bizarre
Yeah.
situation between Haaland and Soboslai, or what did
Or
Pep
how
call him?
Pep Slavini?
Slavia.
Slavy.
Grabbing nerd.
Grabbing her.
He's
So,
worse than us.
Yeah.
what happened, Randy? Give it
What
to us straight.
happened? I don't know. It's I don't know what's happening. At home, at home you're supposed to be more in control, but we're just not playing in the first half. I think because we've conceded so many early goals in the beginning of the season, I think they're just trying to stop that from happening, so they're being more defensive minded, because the first half it was basically all Man City. They had majority of the possession. We were on the back foot. They were just pressing and attacking us, and I think we were just waiting for a counter. Um, I think that's what it was going for, just trying to go into the half without conceding, and then based on what you see, you can adjust, because in the second half, that is when we actually came alive. We were actually attacking. We were looking like the better team in the second half to the start, and then we had a free kick, which is great. Dominic Szoboszlai's him and free kicks are just like meant are like 1-1, and it was a beautiful shot. But again, I feel like we should do more. After that, it was just what's it called? All Man City. How come we didn't make subs sooner than we should have? After Bernardo Silva scored, that is when we made our first sub. Why do we make a sub when they caught up? We should try to preserve the lead. We're at home. We had the crowd on our side. We should, this was a must-win game for us. And we had the lead, and we had the crowd on us. We were looking better. We had a couple chances with Ugo miss, Florian Wirtz, Maka, and everyone were playing well. But I don't know. I just think in the beginning, when Slav first came in, I praised him on how he handled his substitutions. Like
Yeah.
and in this first season, he was a genius with his subs. When they came on, they made an impact. But this season, I feel like he's waiting too long for subs. Maybe he doesn't have faith in the players that he has on his bench, which is why he's allowing our players to play these long hours. I mean, long minutes, and it's affecting us. There's people are going to get burnt out. But after Bernardo Silva scored, Curtis Jones came on, but it was a little bit too late. You should have had a Wataru Endo come on. You should have had someone who a little more defensive minded come in. But and then what's it called? The last in stoppage time.
Yeah,
Who was it? I think it was
95.
Silva who got the ball, and
Yeah.
Allison came out. I don't know why he went for the tackle. It was such a weird angle. I don't think he was going to be able to get anything off of him. Just make yourself big, Don't go for the
Yeah.
tackle. And
I
that's
think
what he
he
did.
wasn't
He went,
expecting.
yeah, I don't think he was expecting as well because he went for the player instead of the ball. I mean, whatever. At that point, the player can just kick the ball anywhere. He made contact with the ball, so any contact after is a foul, and he got away with it. Looking at it, is it a foul? Is it not? At the end of the day, rules are rules. It was a foul. I just think he made a stupid foul by actually going after the player. Like I said, just make yourself big. You weren't going to get anything, maybe anything off of it. Maybe a corner, maybe it was going to bounce off of you. But at the end of the day, it was a penalty. And I mean, Allison guessed right, but it was just Haaland with, too much power and pace. And, on the right-hand corner, was able to get it. And then again, right after that, we make another substitution. Chiesa comes on. How come we have to make substitutions when a goal is made? That you shouldn't have to react after make a reaction after I forgot, after something happens. We should try to preserve it. We should try to not react after something. We should, be prepared.
Be
Think
proactive.
ahead. Yeah. And it's cost us. And then, let's get into the last minute goal. He was clearly onside because the pass was made in his half. Szoboszlai was pulling on the shirt of Haaland, and then he got, he was able to pull him back, so he was up in front, and then Haaland was able to pull his shirt back. At that point, why raise your hand? Because you're calling for the foul, but if you look at the continuation of it, you started the foul. So they're going to look at that. And then I was reading on the podcast, we're talking about the rules. Yes, they let it go because of advantage. But then once the foul happened, they're always going to go back to the original foul, which was Dominik Szoboszlai, who is the last defender. In a goal-scoring opportunity, which is an automatic red. And that's what happened. At that point, I don't know. It could have gone either way. You could have just let the goal stand.
Yeah.
And, it is what it is. At the end of the day, we
got robbed.
Yeah, they got robbed. We were going to lose regardless.
No,
okay, if you got the foul, you got your 3 points missed. But if we would have got the foul, we were deep in our half. Allison kicks the ball. By the time he reaches it, the ref is going to whistle. We're going to lose regardless. You lose 2-1, 3-1. At the end of the day, it's a loss regardless.
Yeah.
I like the fact that Szoboszlai was running. That's what you want to see. You want to see them at least fight for it. But
now he's out for that's a straight red, right?
We were going to, straight red.
So it's 4
regardless
games?
of it, we were going to lose. No, it's 1 game. 1 game.
Oh.
Because it's...
I guess because it's not...
I guess because it's Liverpool.
No, because they have the rules. The rules is because it was what's it called? It wasn't like
denial of a clear goal scoring opportunity.
Yeah, which is why it was a 1. If it was like a tackle or something, a dangerous play, that would have been 3. But yeah, I had to look that up because I thought we were gonna be out for 3. But still,
okay.
At that point,
me too. But that's still a game without him. With one of your best players.
I know, and he's our best player, the best player on the team right now. He's our right back. So now who are you going to put in on your right back? Wataru Endo, Curtis Jones. Regardless, an important player is missing for an important game against Sunderland, who are, who have an undefeated record at home, which is a game we must need to win compared to looking back at how Man United and Chelsea both drew today. We need to make up ground. And when you lose your best player, it sucks, but
I think
it's,
we
at the end of the
both
day,
might miss out on European football next season.
Yeah, it's getting.
I mean, but then I just realized that Champions League we have 5 positions. We have 5 positions in Champions League, so which is great.
Well,
Oh,
the coefficient.
Yeah. So there's still hope, which is
also Arsenal's gonna win it, so that's an extra spot for England.
You gonna say it loud? Say it here live? You're gonna put that money on the.
I was going to say that it was such a weird situation at the end there because I feel like the goal would have benefited both teams. Obviously, Liverpool had already lost the game.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
2-1 or 3-1 isn't going to make a difference to them.
Exactly. It's
Haaland would have gotten his goal. City would have won. You guys
and
would have kept your
Szoboszlai
player.
would have been in the next game.
But I just feel like he almost got rattled a little bit at the end. I feel like he wasn't thinking clearly with the mess running back. Like you said, yeah, the tracing back. Like, yeah, you do whatever you can. But then I feel like it's like, why are you trying to challenge Haaland there? It's gonna be a red card. He's in front of you,
And-
and the ball ahead of him.
what do you,
frustrated?
and if you do win that ball, do you think you're gonna have enough time to make a play and get that tying goal out of it? I don't think so. At that point,
Yeah.
it was already deep into stoppage time. Like I
Yeah,
said,
'cause
I
there was
like the
always-
hustle.
there was more
that's what
injury
you want to see. You
time.
want to see them fight, but it was sort of pointless at that point. 3-1, 3-1, 2-1. We lost. There was no way
Yeah.
of coming back because stoppage time was done at that point.
Yeah,
It only lasted longer because of the VAR calls and all that.
That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was and then we'll get into Slot his talking about that Mark Gahey pull on Mo Salah, saying, well, that was last defender denying a forward that should have been a red card. I'm like, no, it shouldn't, because it wasn't. If you look at it, Szoboszlai and Haaland, they were long gone. It was just them two. There were still players. It wasn't that big of a distance, and it wasn't a goal denying tackle. Salah would have passed them. Someone was going to be there, in a couple seconds, to make a play. But it's just, I feel like, because we never got to it, but yeah, Slot with these press conferences, he's trying to make these excuses or whatever it is that he's trying to, defend his team. At that point, it's just like, just stop it and just try to figure it out yourself in the background. Stop playing these things, because it's making you look, like you've lost. You don't know what to do, because you're blaming, oh, the refs, oh, that should have been a foul, this and that and that. And then even Virgil van Dijk's like, I don't agree with Slot. At the end of the day, it falls on us. That's what you should do. Just fucking brush it off, and and hopefully we get 3 points and beat Sunderland at home. Beat their undefeated streak. But it was a tough game, man. I was so happy because I thought we were gonna win with that Szoboszlai free kick. Which, come on, bro, that was beauty, bro. But yeah,
beauty doesn't win you games.
I know.
But
I mean, the thing is, we got Florian Wirtz and Ugo. Hopefully they can do something. But we're missing Dominic Szoboszlai, and he is crucial to that Liverpool team. And it's going to be a different team against Sunderland. And Sunderland's a tough team, especially at home.
All I'm going to say is I'm glad that you are at least calling it out, because I feel like if it was other managers, I feel like... So I'm glad you're being fair.
I am fair.
I do agree. I feel like we did it to Ten Hag, we did it with Amorim, we did it with Arteta. So
we do it. Every coach does it, and I hate it. Like, I love Jurgen Klopp, but he would do it as well, and it's just like everyone thinks it's a foul, and then if it happened to them, they would be praising it. It was a right call. It's so like hypocritical. But yeah, it's just, even Gerrard said, it's like, you're complaining about the low block. Stop with the low block comments. Figure it out.
It's so funny when the managers are like, oh, well, they changed their tactics against us. Like, yeah, they want to win. That's what
they're not going to keep the same. But, that's why it's like, even he said it, this is his hardest season by far. And I'm like, of course it is. You'd think it was going to be smooth sailing.
Because he has his own players now.
Yep. Do you think the further he strays away from the Klopp era, do you think it's going to get harder and harder for him? You think this is a one-off season, or do you think...
I think it's going to... I think next season will be much better. I think, like I said...
Because of new manager, or...
No, I think he's going to stay. It all depends if we get into Champions League again. That's a must. Everyone needs it, the money and everything like that. And it depends how well we do in the Champions League. But I know that what's it called Richard Hughes. He was saying we'll discuss Arne's slot at the end of the season, but it all depends on if he gets Champions League. So that's what the focus is right now. We got 5 spots, so it's between Liverpool,
Did
Chelsea, and Manchester United to get that. I mean, Brentford is tied with us on points, but I don't think they're gonna be getting competing for those spots. But it's between us 3, and like I said, luckily they both drew today. We just have to beat Sunderland, which is a tough task to do, especially when they're at home. But I think
Do
you
we
should be
have-
much better next season. I hope so.
Does the Premier League have the coefficient for that 5th spot?
I thought it was just
Yeah,
4 still, but
I think
I
it's
feel
still
like-
4. I don't think it's official yet that it's 5.
No,
I
I
think
was
it
reading.
probably will be. But
Yeah, I think it might be because I was thinking of some articles. They're saying that the UK do have the 5th spot, but maybe that's it depends or it may be changed. But if Pat's
Alright.
right and Arsenal win it, then
Hey, whoa,
We'll-
whoa,
we'll
whoa!
still-
Don't
I'll help you guys out. I'll help you guys out.
Nah. We'll
get you a
make
jersey.
4th. We'll make 4th. Don't worry
don't
about
put
it.
that
we don't
bad
need, we don't
juju
need
out
that.
there. Don't ever say
Bad
that again.
juju.
all right.
Oh my.
So, speaking of the champions to be,
Man City. We're gonna talk about
Wait.
Man City again.
we did beat Sunderland this time. Just so you know.
Yeah, but it was at home.
And-
You're at the Emirates, not at
Yeah. So
the Stadium of Light.
Was
So
the first one a
it's
draw?
different.
the first
Yeah, the
one
first
was
one was a draw.
yeah, with last minute.
Oh, that's when they
Bicycle
scored all the
kick.
goals.
Beautiful. Yeah.
That's that bicycle kick, last minute equalizer. That one hurt. That one
Yeah.
hurt. So it was nice to get some
Oh, that's right,
revenge
that's right, that's
this
right.
weekend. Zubimendi with a goal. I'm sure you guys heard Mikel Merino out now for the rest of the season. There's a chance he might be missing the World Cup, which that's
That sucks.
a tough one for like any
Yeah.
player, in any team.
That
It's
doesn't
just
have to get the
every
He was a
4 years.
starter.
You
for
Yeah.
Spain. He was
Yeah, but
he was a starter for
with
Spain,
ice
man.
and everything.
And yeah, I think it was a foot injury, broken bone or something like that. So surgery and it's crazy. But
So now who's gonna
Zubimendi
score
did
your
open
goals?
up. Well, Zubimendi scored this one, and he did a celebration to I thought that was nice team moment. And then
If-
Gyökeres got another 2. So we're getting there. We're getting there.
If those goals were a foot shorter, he would have missed. Foot
What?
narrow. If
Oh,
the
yeah,
goals
yeah.
were
Yeah,
It was
that was
that
a
close?
crazy goal. It hit
Yes.
one post and then it went in, but he hit it from like almost out. He hit it from outside
Yeah.
of the box, almost at the edge, like at the corner, and that
it was
curve
curling
hit
out.
it. It's amazing. And then Gyökeres with 2 goals, 13 goals now in all competitions. I just say, I
He
believe
said
if he gets 15,
Yeah,
I'll be
he
happy.
had to include all
The all.
competitions.
Yeah, because we're
How
in
mu-
all competitions.
Okay, but how many
I
is he
mean-
gonna get in the Premier League? In the Prem?
I don't know. I hope at least 10. I think he's got.
No, before you said 15, you're thinking he was gonna. You're hoping he was gonna get 15.
Yeah,
this
I was
season.
hoping he'd get 15 goals in all
Not in all
competitions. I didn't
competition,
think-
in the Prem.
And Prem, I said 10 to 12. Champions League obviously would be hard, but I don't know. He's gonna be had Champions League. I think he's got like 2 or 3. Martinelli's, I think, our top scorer right now in Champions League. But
I thought
It's
own
another
goals
3
was.
points.
He's in second place.
convincing win. Who?
Own goals.
What? Yeah, own goals are second scorer. But listen, I don't care how we get these goals. Set piece, own goal. I don't care how they go in. I just
Yeah, like
I
we
want to
said, a
keep that
win's a win.
distance
If it's
with City.
nasty or
Yeah. Listen, this is, I feel like Alan said, like sometimes you can be a little too nice, and and no one's gonna like accept that. You know what I mean? The teams at the bottom half of the table aren't gonna like play nice just because.
Yeah.
So if they're gonna be scrapping for points to get out of relegation zone, they're gonna do it however way they can. So-
Sometimes even
like-
beating like the top of the table teams is their little
saving grace.
championship,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
They
that's
play
what they
those games
celebrate.
like a final because they have
Yeah.
nothing
Exactly.
to lose.
Yeah. He's like,
Oh,
we
at least
got
we can say
relegated,
we
but
beat-
guess what? We
Yeah.
beat so and so.
Exactly.
Like you said, and Xhaka is out, so he did not play. He didn't make the comeback to the Emirates, so at least that's a plus for Randy and Liverpool next week. No, this weekend. No Xhaka injured. But yeah, so good game to head into the weekend. And what other games did you guys see this week? I know we had some today. Chelsea 2-2. They dropped a 2-0 lead, and
Yep.
Cole Palmer,
And
with what could
he
have been the
missed
winner,
it.
open net goal, skies it, still up in the air. They can't find it.
Hey, but I'm happy for Leeds. Happy for Leeds. They against these teams they show up and it's good. And
They
I'm
do.
happy
Because they
Chelsea
beat
True.
Forest
They
last
beat
week
Forest as well. Yep.
convincingly,
Yeah, it's a good
I
one.
would say. And then the Chelsea this season. I didn't catch many of match week 25, to be honest. Like I said, once I'm done watching Tottenham, I'm in such a bad mood that I just want to throw the whole sport away. So it doesn't
And
matter.
this is why you watch the Super Bowl. Just go to another football game.
Manchester United did end up drawing against West Ham today. No haircut.
Yeah.
No
I kind of wanted to get
haircut.
into that because you had the gathering of a few United content creators.
Oh, yeah, live
One of
streaming.
them were it was a United strain, and I forgot what's his name, Matty FC.
Yeah.
There, he had a wig on, and they recorded the video, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna get our haircuts." He's like, "We have to win." So I called this a draw on the last
Yeah.
episode because I had a feeling that United was gonna come in
Yeah.
thinking, okay, we beat City, Arsenal,
Fulham.
Tottenham,
Fulham. I was like, West Ham is gonna be a
Piece of
cakewalk,
cake.
And I feel like this game, West Ham almost came out with the 3 points. I think United were caught off
Sesko
guard,
last
and I think
minute.
West Ham under Nuno right now is
Yeah.
playing actually really good football. Like I could see Forest dropping. I think it's going to be a race between West Ham and Forest, and hopefully just those two.
They created a lot of chances in this game towards the end. They were getting pinned back, but they created a lot of chances. They just didn't score it. They could have won the game.
There was an
West Ham.
opportunity, with West Ham. I forgot who it was. They were running down. It's just an open. It was a 1v1 with the keeper, and I think
Yeah.
it was just a badly placed ball. And I was like, dude, you could have gone up. And I don't know if it was before or after the equalizer from United, but you could have been up too, and you could have came home with the points. But I do think United underestimated West Ham. Any other day, I feel like United would have won, but they just got complacent.
I mean,
They
like you were
did.
saying, they're both two teams that are on good form right now. West Ham is looking alive. United was on a 4-game win streak, so it was hard to pick between them. But I mean, we all thought it was going to be Man United because they be in the tougher competition to get there, and because we wanted to see that, Strand get a haircut. He was so close, but it was just,
Now you keep it.
you got to cancel your appointment. He had it ready for like Valentine's Day. Now he's got to wait. He's got to wait till next season, I guess.
Yeah.
That ain't happening this season.
Put it in a ponytail.
You think it's just his hair on his head?
Go check.
Oh, no Valentine's for him.
You're right.
Oh, Jesus.
I meant his armpits. Sickos. Yeah.
So we do have a few more games tomorrow. This one's at 2:30 p.m. Nottingham Forest against Wolves. Bottom teams battling out. Who takes that one?
Highlight game of the week. It should be.
I feel like I want to say Wolves could be putting a comeback.
Nah, that's wishful thinking.
It is.
It is.
They're just gonna draw.
Wait, no, Wolves. I feel Wolves can.
Nah, Forest.
They'll get a win. They'll get a win.
Forest.
I think it's too late for Wolves, especially without.
It is too late, but they can get a
it's
win.
against another relegation side.
Without Strand Larson up front, I don't know.
Oh, true.
All right, we'll see.
I think they're just. Hopefully, you know what? Let's go Wolves one last time.
All right. Tomorrow we also have
last
Manchester City chasing the top against Fulham tomorrow.
Go City!
Ooh.
Wow.
Go City! Hey, you want to talk about hate watching?
You want to say Fulham, man? You want to say Fulham?
No, I feel like it could be a draw. I feel like it could.
Okay, I'll take a draw.
Fulham,
I'll take a draw.
Because I'm saying a draw, but City's gonna win, Alan. City's gonna
win. For the sake
yes,
of
we can't let Arsenal win.
Us.
I will never stop hearing it.
All right, and then Thursday, 3 p.m., we have Brentford at home hosting Arsenal.
Ooh.
Brentford at home.
Yeah.
It's a tough team.
Brentford, they could beat anybody, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they're at home. How many times does that work?
No, but no, seriously, they actually have one of the good records. Their defense in Kelleher, they play. They actually, I mean, they play well at home.
We'll
They
see.
what? I
We'll
think
see.
they against Man City and all the tough teams, they were able to hold them off.
We'll see. I think I said 3-1 to the Arsenal, so we'll stick to that, man.
I feel like Brentford's so weird because, well, I think it's typical Brentford actually, where they can beat anybody in the top of the table, and then just the next game lose to the bottom of the table. You know,
Yeah.
sounds familiar.
It's an odd one out, but and then I think next this weekend coming up we have, is it FA Cup?
FA Cup, yeah.
This is odd because we're in FA Cup, but I don't think we are playing FA Cup. Arsenal.
Let's see, FA Cup.
Okay, that was the thing I
schedule.
didn't look. I saw that they're playing Champions League, the knockout rounds, but I didn't. For some reason, I thought it was like the international.
It's,
Oh no, we
uh,
are.
Why aren't
We are.
Fourth
We're playing
round, yeah.
Wigan Athletic. Who else is in it? No, Liverpool's
Austin
in
Villa, Newcastle, Liverpool, Brighton. Damn, how do you get the easy schedule? See, this is what I'm
Ooh,
talking
right?
about.
Who you playing?
Arsenal plays Wigan Athletic, and then you
Yeah, but
have
we already played Crystal Palace.
and then you have Austin Villa playing Newcastle.
Who are you playing, Alan?
So easy, huh?
Who are you playing?
Oh, Austin Villa, because we don't get the easy teams early on. We're not the Golden Boys like you
Wait,
guys.
Tottenham still in it?
Yeah, that's I was confused.
No,
Oh,
We're
but
not
when
in
we
it.
beat SML, you're like, oh yeah, what is Aston Villa? So what happened?
no, go play Austin Villa. Don't go play Wigan Athletic.
All right, some good games though.
League
Who does
One.
City play? He plays.
Salford.
Oh, but
Salford
what are
City.
the easy ones?
Well, Salford, isn't
obviously.
that the
League Two.
What's it called? The Beckham Neville team owners? Salford?
Maybe.
Maybe it's
At
another
least
team.
plays Birmingham. Grimsby Town are still in it after taking down
Oh.
United. They're playing Wolves. We're still
They should
in
give us their spot because they won illegally.
it.
So, and then you're going to lose to Grimsby then?
No, we'll take their spot.
All right, so let's look at
Yeah,
the
that's it.
table here.
Oh, Wrexham's still in it.
So currently, I think, so we have Arsenal at the top, 56 points. Manchester City in second with 50 points. Aston Villa in third with 47, a little falling off course here a little bit, and then
Yeah.
Manchester United in fourth with 45. Liverpool are back behind them in sixth with 6 points behind.
forgot
Chelsea in
Chelsea.
between,
Oh.
44. So what places do we think are solid? We obviously 25 games out of 38, so we have plenty to go still. But
I think the
Arsenal,
first two
Man City,
are
Villa, are they
solid.
concrete Champions League?
I don't think about Villa yet. Oh,
Not yet.
Yeah. I say the first
Champions,
two, City and
maybe.
Arsenal. But I feel like Villa, they're sliding off, and that gap between Man United and Villa is going to
Yeah.
close, and it's just going to
Because-
teeter. I feel like they might get out of the top four, Villa.
United doesn't have any games other than the
Yeah.
league game, so
They're
they just play
fresh.
once a week. So that's going to play to their advantage. Villa, they're still
that
in Europa.
In some instances, they might be only playing once every 2 weeks at this point. There's FA Cup
All
this
right.
weekend.
12 days in between. I
Yeah.
think that's what we got. So, yeah, I think
so. One
Villa
and two are
can.
cemented right now, but not
Yeah, I
Villa.
think
think
it's yeah, but not the position, not Arsenal in first. It's between Man City and Arsenal. They're safe. They're
So,
locked.
Okay.
as of right now, is it Arsenal's to lose? Or you don't want to admit it because then you're scared it's going to be.
I'll say it's ours to lose because we're first. You know what I mean? If we're like choosing to rely on other teams, then it's ours to lose. Like if it's
Wait
You're
a
still
minute,
relying on
wait a
other.
minute.
Wait,
Wait
last
a
season
minute.
he was when Liverpool was up.
Not last season. You mean last week? Last 2 weeks? Oh, you
Well,
got to do it for us.
I mean, well,
Yeah, exactly,
Listen,
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
nice to have. It's nice to have a little,
Cushion.
Yeah, exactly. But like I said, reality is it's past Christmas. Um, it's past Christmas. So at this point, yeah, if we have this gap here, that's a thing that I feel like Arteta has been trying to keep everybody mindful of is we can only depend on us. So we have to win our games regardless of whatever happens in any of the other teams at any of the other games. So in that sense, I think it is our solution. I think if we keep that mentality is that we can only count on us, I think
So
it is our solution.
if every member on the team sees a rabbit, that's what it is. It's
So
or
the
everyone's
so the
sticking with
the
Exactly.
rabbit.
so the
Exactly.
pressure's on.
Same
The
mindset.
the pressure's
And
on.
and let me tell you, man, I sometimes wish, and I'm not gonna let people change my mind about Odegaard because he's been there through some tough times too. But sometimes I see the performances that Declan Rice is putting in, and I'm just like, this guy deserves the armband, man. The way he defends, like he'll see like someone start making a run, and he'll chase that player down no matter. He just doesn't stop running, and he deserves a medal, man. He deserves it, and individually.
Like
But
I mean,
like I said,
I've
There,
I'd agree. Like I've said, Odegaard has he's been declining his
yeah, yeah,
performance wise. I mean, the start of the season he hasn't been his best, injured, and he comes back and he's not the same Odegaard as when he first came in. Right now, it's Declan Rice's team. So if anyone deserves it,
yeah,
I think him over Saka. Even though Saka has been there longer, he's a star boy based on performance and whatever he's done this season. I agree. I think next season
yeah. Maybe
you'd
we'll see
have to
what
give it
happens.
to Rice.
I think he could at least be co-captain at this point, but yeah, I mean that guy. He was captain at West Ham and he led them to a trophy, so hopefully he can do it here too. And but yeah, the way like he just empties the tank every time is just like incredible and totally worth the money. And hopefully it helps help us lead us to a trophy because I'm like dying here.
dying.
Yeah.
You're dying. We're drowning. Uh, I feel like it's hard to make that decision too, because if you look at um when Arsenal started making those pushes, he was part of that original crew, right? Or correct me if I'm
Mhm.
wrong, but I feel like he was a part of that,
Yeah.
changing of the tide where it was like, okay, it's Arteta is finally, you're seeing some results from that, and I feel like it's hard to take that away from him because it's like you're saying, oh well, you're irrelevant now, um,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
like we're all, you're getting forgotten about it, and it's I can see where that's hard to make the decision, and
But it's
in
also
in the
about
NFL,
availability.
Yeah.
yeah,
You
but
know,
still, look at Chelsea with
Reece
Reece
James.
James,
Yeah, I don't
you
know how
know,
he's
Yeah,
still
that's true.
captain. He hasn't even
but
played, but now he's finally had a good season where he
you know,
actually is playing a decent amount of games, so it's fine. But when he
in the
plays,
end,
he does show that leadership quality.
yeah, in the NFL, a lot of people there. It's weird because you have multiple captains, and then underneath the captain badge, you'll see the amount of stars that they have. It's kind of like their level of leadership, I guess, or like what
Okay.
ranking they have as a captain. And it's obviously I don't want the same to be done in football, but it's kind of cool because you can see, okay, you're co-captain, you're a co-captain. I think when the Premier League or for a soccer team or football team, being a co-captain doesn't really mean much.
Yeah.
It doesn't carry the same weight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he will be captain. I don't know what the squad is going to look like for you guys. Especially with Eze coming in. I don't think Odegaard will go anywhere. But I don't know.
We never know. We'll see how the season ends. I mean, if we win the cup, maybe he's like, all right, cool, I did my job. Time to see where I can fit in. You know, better. Who knows? You never
Mm,
know. I wouldn't
yeah.
choose to let him go, but you know, if he decides to with a cup, I'd be like, all right,
How old is he?
thanks. I think he's 27.
Oh,
I think Rice is
he's hitting
24. Let's see here. Uh,
24.
oh no, Declan's
Yeah.
27.
Odegaard should
Odegaard,
probably be the same.
I think so
26.
too. Yeah, they're both 27. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Ooh,
we'll see.
it's an aging squad. Uh-oh.
Nah, they haven't even hit prime yet.
What do you mean?
On the 28.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Portugal already
19's
passed
not
his
prime? What do you mean? 19's not prime? 20?
No.
21? We gotten lied to? What's going on here?
I'm in my prime, 27. Yeah, but yeah, we'll see. How about in the bottom? Obviously, we mentioned Wolves. I think that's cemented, right?
And Burnley.
Yeah.
And Burnley. Wow,
just
you
that
guys have
last
no belief. No belief.
spot.
You must be a Tottenham fan. So the last one's really up for grabs. Yeah, I mean, 15 points for Burnley.
Yeah,
19.
it's either going to be West Ham, Forest, or Leeds, you know?
No,
you
I don't
skipped
think
one in
Leeds.
between there.
Leeds. Wow.
Wait a minute. Wait, you
Wait,
skipped
wait.
someone on 16 there.
Oh, there
No?
it goes.
I'm legally
Ooh.
blind.
But yeah, if Forest win tomorrow, you'll be tied on points. You'll be tied for 17th.
So you're going for
Yeah.
Wolves, huh?
Yeah, let's go Wolves. Come on.
All right.
And just
It's
right.
going to
Season
be a
3
very
is a banger.
stressful. Yeah. It's like when you watch your show that's a thriller and you're just stressed out the whole time. That's what it is. About to lose a bunch of weight.
So how many games are left? 38. Yeah, there's 13, 12
12.
games left. So almost 10. I think when we get to 10, that's when we really start buckling down. Start
Ugh.
making the pushes. So how's it going to feel, Alan, to not be in Champions League next season? Or Europa? Or Conference League? Or Confederations Cup?
Who knows? We'll see until we get there. Because, like I said, hey, if we're 17th and we take the Champions League home, hey, I don't care.
What if you're
Been there, done
relegated?
Even
Or
if
if
Frank
relegated.
stays.
Huh?
Even if Frank stays.
What if you get relegated? You win the Champions League and Frank stays.
No.
You
No
can show everyone in the
Champions League? Wow.
championship. Here, Wrexham, look at my championship.
Is there any
Yeah.
fear that of relegation could actually happen between
Yeah.
between the fan base? You guys are actually like, oh my god, this might actually happen.
Yeah. There's concerns. Like I said, it's more about how we're performing rather than the results. I mean, obviously they coincide, right? But it just looks like, how are we gonna pull out a win playing like this? You know, like you look at the
Yeah.
rest of the schedule and you're like, man, we need to be worried. Like, how
You know
is this
who?
gonna
You know
play
who it's
out,
time
you know?
for? Sam Allardyce. He's the
Yeah.
specialist. He's
Well,
a
no,
specialist.
we're above him, so-
That's what he's known for. And
Yeah.
in case of emergency,
John
break
Deitch.
glass. Fucking.
Well, he's gonna get into a better position.
But he'll keep you up.
Let's see him do that with Forrest first.
We'll see.
No, I'm talking about not
Okay.
Sam Deitch. Sam, though he
Sean
was
Dyche.
West
Sam
Ham.
Allardyce, the pie
Yeah,
guy.
Sam Allardyce.
Oh, I thought you said Sam Deitch.
Yeah.
Sean Deitch.
Oh,
Sean Dyche now. Sam Allardyce
Nice.
is the other
yeah. The other one. He's
relegation
the other. The,
expert.
the, yes.
Maestro.
Yes.
Oh, Lord. Dark days. Dark days.
For life, bro.
Yeah. Until I die.
All right. You guys ready to close?
Yes, please. When is
Okay.
round 16?
Of Champions League, we got to do the
Yeah.
knockouts first.
I think it said March.
We're top 4. We don't mess around with those
Okay.
playoff schmalayoffs. Come on. Champions of Europe. Come on. Well, I guess I don't know either. March.
March. I think March 4th or
March,
something.
alright.
It's early, right?
All right.
Maybe.
How
Here
mad
we
would you
go.
guys be? How mad would you guys be if we won the Champions League and ended up 17th? Would you guys still talk trash?
Yeah.
How'd you
Yeah,
get
we
17
always
and win the
talk trash.
Champions League? I mean, why?
Wow,
Why?
that-
And
wow,
you
that was the
and you
easiest
still keep
Champions League ever.
Frank.
Yeah, right.
Who'd you guys
Oh.
beat in the? Who's the final? Bodo Glint.
You guys, if it's a Bodo Glimt Tottenham final, people are gonna be like, "Oh, this beat our
What is it,
team."
the
Like, well,
Conference League?
how did we get here? The hate never ends. The hate never ends.
All right. Thanks again for joining us on another episode of Rivals on the Pitch. Don't forget to hit us up on all our socials, Instagram, TikTok, and you can listen to these episodes on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music. Leave us comments and let us know what you want us to talk about. That's it, right? That's everything?
Arsenal.
Yeah.
All right, and up the Arsenal.
Good luck.
Instagram, Rivals on the Pitch.
Oh, yeah, Rivals on the Pitch. On the fans.
Bang, bang.
Oh, yeah. Only camel toes? Or whatever the badge stands up.
Moose Knuckles.
Peace.
All right.
See ya.
Koi, 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 koi.
I can't even say that anymore.